What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. By now, I'm sure we are all aware that the iCarly crew is back at it again, with Paramount Plus announcing that they will be bringing the show back for an all-new look into the lives of Carly, Freddie, Spencer, and the gang. The jury is still out about who will be returning to the series, but some of the show's greatest actors have been outspoken about their excitement for giving fans an all-new look at the future of iCarly. Before we get started, be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. Nathan and Kress. So far, we know that Carly, Spencer, and Freddie will all be returning to the show. Jerry Trainor seems to be pumped about this, as does Miranda Cosgrove. But Nathan Kress has spoken about his excitement for returning to the series, though he must admit that it is bittersweet. As we all know, Jennette McCurdy announced that she has no plans to come back, and Nathan mentioned her character, Sam, in an interview, and seemed pretty disheartened that she wouldn't be coming back. He recalled working on iCarly and said, "When we were doing iCarly, I had to take a decent amount of falls. There was a lot of abuse from Sam. It was usually low level, kind of pratfall type stuff or getting hit with stuff, and those weren't so bad." He also added, "As it currently stands, as everybody knows, it doesn't look like Jennette's gonna be in the reboot of the show, at least for the first season. Maybe that changes, hopefully. We'd love her to come back. If there's no one there to abuse me, maybe I won't be taking as many of those hits and falls, which I'm a little bit relieved about."
It's just, she's not, no, Carly, no, unicorns?
When talking about the many stunts he performed on the original iCarly series, he said that he has become worried that his old man body may not be able to hold up to the stunts and tricks anymore. Sadly, if Sam never returns, he may never find out if he still has what it takes to pull off some impressive moves. Nathan continued talking about his co-star, Jennette McCurdy, and said, "I don't think anyone totally knows. I know there's a lot of theories. I don't personally know exactly. I talked with her a little bit. I think it's just a personal decision and where she's at and what she wants to do. I think her focus has generally been on content creation, doing like her podcast that's doing really well, and writing, directing, producing. It seems like that's just where her focus is. And I think, this is speculating too, but because she already did a spin-off series doing Sam and Cat, she might also feel like she got 60, 70 more episodes than we did as our characters, and maybe she just feels like her character is complete. She is where she is. She did it for long enough that now she gets to say, I just would rather do other stuff. That could be part of it."
Just a rotten teenager who thinks he's all bad because he's good at fencing.
How many times have you and me fenced?
I don't know, like 30.
How many times have you lost?
Talking more about his role in the series, Freddie recalled when he first joined the cast of iCarly. He said that he was 14 years old at the time, but he looked far younger than everyone else in the show. He was also much shorter. He said, "I had just turned 14, but a young 14, like an 11-year-old looking 14, he said, of getting cast on the show. I was prepubescent, and so I was shorter than both of the girls. After my screen test, I think they realized that and decided to put me in giant platform shoes for the entire first season. I'm talking like the 70s, 2 to 3 inch soles. I have been lampooned for my shoes, literally to this day." He said he couldn't mention too much about the show or its storyline, but he explained that it will be a direct continuation of iCarly, not a spin-off like Sam and Cat. He said, "Basically the show is just a direct continuation as if no time had passed. The show ended in 2012. We're almost 10 years later. It's just showing what has happened to our lives in that time. What I can say is that everybody is in, some people are in a similar place, some people are in a better place, and some people are in a significantly worse place."
Sacco sold 3 more of my sculptures today. People are buying them for 5 times more money just because I'm dead.
Jennette McCurdy. If we shift gears for a bit and talk more about Jennette McCurdy, we can learn a few things from an interview she has had with HuffPost back in 2019. Jennette has been one of the most outspoken people from the iCarly cast. While most of the cast have been very pleased with their time working with the series, Jennette doesn't remember her time on iCarly very fondly at all, and it seems like she has no plans to come back to the series, likely ever again. She remembers her time on the show as being upsetting. She says that she felt like she was a role model, but that she didn't find her character to be a worthy role model for younger kids. She said, "By the time I was 21, I had just signed a deal for a spin-off series starring my character from iCarly. I had also become acutely aware that I was a role model for kids, which I felt like I was supposed to find cool but actually found upsetting. My great contribution to society was walking onto an overlit Nickelodeon set shouting lines about fried chicken. My character liked fried chicken, and that's what kids were looking up to?
How would you like to go to the girls' choice dance with me?
Nah, I'm good.
That resentment festered, providing even more fuel for my disordered eating. I actively began to engage in anorexic behavior again. I'm sure most of us know that Jennette's health took a dark turn while she was filming the show, and she struggled with several eating disorders all throughout her childhood. Many people believe that these disorders are what has kept her from returning to the series, but it seems like there may be a lot more to it than that. To further explain how little she thought of her character on screen, she spoke in a Reddit post in 2014 and said, "I am not a role model. To remove myself from the role model battle, the falsified standard set by the bubblegum industry is, in my eyes, to remove myself from the counterintuitive battle of attempting to be something perfect while being glaringly aware of my imperfections. But in order to be thought of as a real, true role model, I believe you have to know a person and their actions inside and out. Calling a celebrity a role model is like calling a stranger a role model. The knowledge you have of a celebrity is no more than a caricature drawn by media tastemakers specializing in selling you an image you're dying to buy. It's good to have heroes, but you have to look for them in the right places. They say don't look for true love in a bar. Well, I say don't look for role models on screens. Find role models in the people around you, the people in your everyday life, the people that are your friends and family."
Sam, don't. This date tonight is really important to you, and I'm not gonna let you ruin it by getting in a fight. Let me handle this.
Miranda Cosgrove. On the opposite side of things, Miranda Cosgrove seems to be super pumped about returning to the screen and reprising her role on iCarly. She hasn't mentioned too much about the new series, but she spoke with Hollywood Life back in 2015 and mentioned she would be open for a reunion. Even 5 years ago, it seems like Miranda was ready to get her role back and work alongside Nathan and Jerry once again. She said, "I really want to do another TV show, so that's what I'm hoping to do soon. I want to try to grow and do something new, so I'd like to do a show that's a little more mature. It'd be fun to do a reunion someday. Because we're all doing our own thing, I don't get to see Nathan and Jerry as much, so I think it'd be really fun to get to all be together again." Clearly, these guys have all been conflicting views about what it would be like to return to the big screen, but we can't wait to see what the new 2021 iCarly will bring for our beloved characters.
How's the job going?
Oh, I am killing it.
Aw, you're like a happy little nerd who's found his home.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and ring the notification bell for more videos.